Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, welcome to the Daily Grind. How you doing out there this morning? Good, I hope. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you have a great morning. Hope you have a great day today. Happy Friday to you. Yes, sirree. Let's get crack-a-lacking. There's some word out there in the other book there that says, love thy neighbor as thyself. In other words, treat people right, you know. Here's the deal. If you can't love yourself, how are you going to love your neighbor? If you're beating yourself up with a whip of guilt and shame and carrying resentment and unforgiveness and all that sort of thing, then how are you going to love your neighbor? You can't even treat yourself right. You're certainly not going to be able to treat somebody else right. If you're holding yourself in contempt, or you're holding yourself with all this guilt feeling stuff from who knows what, shame or whatever, you're beating yourself up. You're beating yourself up with things that are going to keep you down. There's no growth in any of that stuff. And if you're treating yourself that way, you're certainly not going to be treating somebody else any better. You can't treat somebody better than you treat yourself because you don't know how. So if you don't know how to love yourself, how are you going to love your neighbor? So there's a good indication for you that if you're looking at people and you're holding them in judgment and talking about they're guilty about this, they're guilty about that, or they should be ashamed of themselves, or finding things wrong with them people instead of loving them, is a good indication that that's kind of how you feel about yourself, that maybe you need to take a look at that and find out why you feel that way about yourself, and learn a way to let it go so that you can be free to enjoy life and be free to love yourself and others and just be happier in this world. It's a much better way to go when you're not pounding yourself with all of those unnecessary nasty feelings. Guilt and shame, you were probably taught that when you were a kid, you know. You should be ashamed of yourself. How many times you hear that when you was a kid because you did something silly? Instead of teaching you that, hey, this might not be the right way to do this and this is why this could happen. Instead, they tell you to be ashamed of yourself. And then you walk around full of shame all the time and feeling like crap. And when you're ashamed of yourself and full of shame and feeling like crap, you're not happy, you're not enjoying life, you're not loving yourself, you're beating yourself up. There's no growth there. There's none. There's no freedom there. Same with guilt. You know, you're taught to be feeling guilty about things, all kinds of things. You know, that there's no reason to feel guilty about, instead of being taught something different and doing things a different way, and here's the reasons why. You just kind of taught to feel guilty, and you're walking around beating yourself up with a whip of guilt, and there's no growth there either. You just feel like crap. You feel like you're some kind of terrible human being when you're not. So if you're harboring those feelings against yourself, you're certainly going to harbor them towards somebody else. So love the neighbor as thyself. You know, you can only love somebody as much as you love yourself. And again, I'm going to say, when you find yourself judging other people and talking about them and how bad they're doing, and you're beating them with guilt, shame, and whatever, you're doing that to yourself. Get some help. Go see a counselor. See a spiritual coach. See somebody that can help you work through that stuff to get to the other side of it. That doesn't mean you get a free ticket to go do whatever you want in this world and hurt people and cause all kinds of trouble. That doesn't mean that at all. That just means you know how to take care of yourself and not beat yourself with a whip of guilt and shame and, you know, unforgiveness and hate and all that kind of stuff. When you get that stuff in your heart, man, you can't feel good. You can't be happy. Nothing's, you know, and you're certainly not going to love other people. You're going to have anger at them all the time and dislike them, and you know that's not what it's all about. It's about loving yourself and loving other people, and the more that we can do that, the more that we can love ourselves and other people, the better off this world's going to be. And I can tell you right now, there doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of that going on right now, so we could use a lot more. We could use people that bring hope into the world and bring light into this darkness and just show other people how to love themselves. So listen, I hope that helped you out. I hope you have a great Friday. Happy Labor Day weekend. I hope you have a great long weekend. You get to relax and enjoy life a bit. And I'll see you Tuesday, man. Over.